nasa kanya yun.
Ay, oo nga. Ang dumi. Sorry.
Yan.
Start na tayo?
Okay,
Start na
start.
tayo. Is it rolling? It's rolling. Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode of the 10 p.m. podcast. Okay, so guys, this is a welcoming episode to the third member of our group.
Our new member, our mainstay. We have here our very own, wow, well, by profession, provide lang tayo, she's a psychologist. So, also in the mental health field, no? But more than that,
For mom.
she's a fur mom. She's a cat mom.
Yeah.
The mom of Mochi. So let's all welcome to the pod, wow, Miss Louise!
Hello, everyone. Hello to our listeners.
Basically, ito yung naisip namin ni Kan na welcoming episode to Miss Louise, 'di ba? Because sobrang sakto sa kanya yung topic. But I do think that it's a topic that ang hirap pag-usapan. First, it's not something that you develop naturally. You really have to consciously choose to do so, parang ganyan. Well, basically, what I'm talking about and the topic for this episode is the IDGAF mindset. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam ng IDGAF, listen to Dua Lipa. Well, kahit naman nung shinare ko kay Miss Louise, hindi niya rin totally gets kung ano yung IDGAF mindset. Siguro as we discuss along, as we share our thoughts and some tips later on, baka mas maintindihan ng bawat isa sa amin. Ganun naman eh. Yun naman, that's what conversations are all about. But we would like to share this with you, again, in this podcast, because we believe that somewhere in the world, it's 10 p.m. Siguro ano yung understanding natin o ninyo ng the IDGAF mindset? Unahin na lang natin si Miss Louise as a welcoming, ano yun? Rite of passage, ayan.
For me, essentially, I think it's in the name itself, no? Not giving a not caring as much, or maybe essentially it's more not letting the judgment of others dictate how you behave or how you move.
True.
Wow! Ang ganda!
Sabi yung ambag mo, girl!
No, but siguro aside from parang not caring, no, I feel like yun yung parang pagiging unbothered siguro. Yun nga, parang not that you won't care, you'll listen, pero hindi mo hahayaan na that will parang affect kung ano yung gagawin mo. Na parang kung ano yung sasabihin ng iba, you will use that as something na will dictate your actions. It's not that. Parang ganun. So more than parang not caring, I feel like it's moving beyond it. And parang hayaan mo pa rin na, no, I'll take matters on my own hands. Which is, I feel like it's something na medyo mahirap din i-practice. Kasi, I don't know, I feel like we're not taught to do that. Parang growing up, ang dami nating naririnig from other people na, oh, you should listen to what they say, anong isipin ng ibang tao, parang gano'n. And, syempre, as Filipinos, andun na yung by nature nga, we're very much kind of attuned to what other people would say. So, medyo practice siya na even I, personally, I feel like I'm still in that process of learning how to not give a
Well, ako, I totally agree with what you girls said, no? It's really about that. And kaya ako din naisip na ito yung magandang welcoming na episode for Luis. Siya kasi yung embodiment of this. But siguro for me, while I was thinking about, ano nga ba yung IDGAF mindset for me, it's knowing kung kailan siya nagka-count. 'Di ba? Kung kailan nagka-count na magpaka-stress over ka dito, parang ganyan. Kung kailan na parang, oh, hindi mo naman kailangan yan too much na i-carry within your heart or within your mind, parang ganon. And probably our listeners might have other interpretations of it, but I hope that kung ano man yung mapag-usapan natin, we come as one na parang ito pala yung ibig sabihin. And this is how we develop and use it, no? I just want us to share, 'di ba, situations wherein it would be helpful. Tama ba, Miss Louise or Louise? It would be helpful to actually to actually practice the IDGAF mindset.
Okay, so example would be in dating. Like I mentioned earlier. Like I mentioned, parang it's more an overlap of really personal development and dating. Parang personal development talaga siya, pero nag-trickle into dating. Parang ganyan. When I started dating, like I started being in that world na I put myself out there. You know, there was so much like anxiety in me na parang people were getting into dating apps. And then kasi parang in my head that really was not my interest. Parang or I was just too shy maybe at like if I look back at it. Um so parang sa dating na yon, my friends they had to force me to create a Bumble account. Okay? Yeah, to create an account. And they forced me, they were able to force me because we were actually out of the country. Kasi iniisip ko, if I do it in the Philippines, I would know the people in the app. And I didn't want to like cross paths with them accidentally and say like parang, uy, nakita ko to sa, not even nakamatch. Like, uy, nakita ko to sa Bumble. Like, parang, oh my God, blah, blah, parang ganyan. Now, in hindsight, feeling ko parang, I was being too judgmental on myself. Like, parang, when eventually I got into dating, and into dating apps, parang at the end of the day, I didn't even care. Gets mo? So, parang, okay, so, in the dating world, so, nagsimula sa ganun na parang, ayokong makakita ng tao na kilala ko, or ayoko rin makita ng tao na kilala ako. But later on, actually, as I got into it, parang the care just, hindi naman the care disappeared, but the anxiety lessened because it made me also realize, I mean, with me being there, it made me experience how it was like to be in it. And it made me realize na, oh, ako nga, nasa dating app ako, but I don't even think about other people na kilala ko na baka nasa dating app. So, doon nawala yung anxiety ko na parang I was able to put myself in those shoes na in my experience I don't even think about other people who are in the dating app who are on the dating apps except those people that I matched with. Malamang sila, may sarili din silang journey. So, wala rin silang pakialam sa akin. Parang ganun yung, dun siya nag-start. And so, eventually, I became more open to being in the dating apps. Like, I signed up for Tinder, for Bumble, for... May iba pa. May iba pa. Like sobrang... madami eh. Diba? Parang ang daming dating apps. Pero yun, parang dun nagsimula na parang... I feel like in the area of dating na nagkaroon ako ng or nawalan ako ng pake na parang okay, I'm just gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna flirt, I'm gonna match with I don't know, people, whatever. They don't know me, I don't know them. So wala. Hindi nila ako iniisip, di ko rin sila iniisip. So doon nagsimula, I feel like yung mindset ko na yun, in dating.
I'm curious to know, paano siya, like, because you said nga na from dating, eventually nag-trickle in siya into personal development. Siguro in the other areas, how were you able to, like, practice the IDGAF mindset?
Actually, parang same lang. Parang, I don't know if it's because I'm in this field, no, and I constantly have to remind my clients na, you know, I don't say it to them this way, but like, basically that no one cares as much as you do. You know? No one is thinking about, well, that doesn't sound right, pero you know what I mean? Parang, they're not thinking about whether you did well in that or not. Maybe they are, but not as much as you are. Parang ganyan. So, parang dun siya talaga, dun ko naiisip palagi, pag nandun ako sa situation, oo nga, no, ganito yung experience ko. I'm sure, I don't know if I'm overconfident by saying this, but like, I'm sure everyone's experiences in a way are similar na, you know, they're also dealing with their own thing. And I'm also dealing with my own thing. So, I'm the only one actually who's thinking about this. They're also thinking about their own thing. So, dun siya parang, And I feel like, nag-start tayo sa dating, pero ganun din siya sa work, sa career, sa peers, or whatever. And yun nga, going back to the clients, I remind them all the time to parang not be parang not judge themselves too much. Kasi sila yun eh. Parang thoughts nila yun about themselves. But also, I remind them na parang ikaw ba, ibang tao iniisip mo? Ganyan ba? Parang, if you think about like a friend that you have and you think na parang, oh, kamusta kaya yung ganito niya? Maybe if you care about the person, di ba? Pero like generally, hindi sila, parang they won't really judge you for it.
What I got from what you said is, ayun nga, sometimes we value yung parang external validation, right? Na parang, if I'm going to choose to do something, parang gusto ko muna, okay ba to? Okay ba to sa mga friends ko? Okay bang gagawin ko to? Pag may nakakita sa akin, parang ganun. But then, what I realized from what you said is that, lahat din naman, I mean, specific, yung, kunwari, nasa Bumble ka or nasa Tinder ka, di ba? Parang, lahat naman ang nandun eh, is actually in their own journey, di ba? So parang, they wouldn't care if they see you there, tas kilala ka nila talaga in person, parang, so what? I mean, these other people might, siguro tayo, na ma-magnify na natin na, baka may masabi silang ganito, ay, nakita kita, ganyan. But at the same time, they also have their own things that they're thinking about para isipin ka pa nila. And it would take siguro a very nosy person.
Yes.
A very nosy person to say na, oh, nakita kita, hindi mo ako sinipe right, or ano, di ba? So, probably that's one thing that I got. But going back into, the dating, there were also moments wherein na nagigets ko yung sinasabi mo na you remind your clients na parang don't think of it as much or this way kasi nga there were times also na parang isisend ko ba to? Di ba? There was a moment wherein I was going to send a message, parang ganyan. Nag-send ako ng message, tapos hindi nag-reply. Tapos iniisip ko, magme-message ba ako ulit? And then sabi mo, and so what kung mag-double message ka? Di ba? Parang, that's the kind of, idgaff mindset that I was actually, nga, no, wala namang mali. Wala namang mali na parang, ano naman, kung hindi talaga siya nag-reply on the second message, then gets ko na, di ba? Parang ganon. So,
Tawa siya! Kasi siya yung hindi idgaff
As I said, it's something that I'm working on, di ba? Kasi nga, I remember, merong time na there was this book, yung The Subtle Act, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Parang a friend recommended it to me. Then I was trying to read it. Tapos nung sa first page pa lang, parang sabi ko, hindi ko ma-push because the premise of the book is that, oh, you shouldn't care, you shouldn't ganyan. But I'm like, no, I'm built to care. Parang ganun kasi yung mindset ko noon. But I mean like,
wow! Candice to
going, no, but looking at it now, kasi syempre parang I read that, I don't know, parang pre-pandemic, parang ganun. Pero siguro, I guess as you grow older, you also get to expose yourself sa experiences na would also make you think na, oo nga, no, ba't ko ba sobrang pinagkakastressan to? Very simple lang na example. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to a very close person sa akin, no? So, nasa restaurant lang kami, and then nag-order kami ng fries. Tapos, dumating yung french fries. Pagdating ng french fries, sobrang lamig na. Yung parang ang tagal ng order, then pagdating, like, cold na siya, hindi mo na siya makakain. So, nagsabi siya na, ay, shucks, ang ano na nung fries, ang soggy na, ganyan. Then, yung isa naming kasama said na, sige, balik mo dun sa waiter, sabihin mo kung pwedeng ipa-redo, ganyan. And then, itong person na to, she was like, wag na, nakakahiya, may ganun siyang na parang I get where she's coming from. Na parang, nga, syempre, busy yung mga crew and all. But then, the other person said na, ano ka ba? Wala namang mali sa ginagawa mo. So, parang that simple instance, that allowed me to see na, nga, no, that's an example of parang not giving a fuck. In the sense na, alam mo naman kasing valid din where you're also coming from. So, I guess that, together with, syempre, mga things na you experience sa life, allows you to see na, nga, maybe I shouldn't, not, like what you said, not that I shouldn't care, pero they also have their own things going on for them to still think about kung ano yung gagawin mo too much. Parang ganun. And you were saying kanina na, we crave for that external validation, ano kayang isipin nila. But at the same time, I also parang got to see na kahit ano namang gawin mo, whether it's good or bad, meron at merong sasabihin ng mga tao sa'yo. But that's something that we've also kind of parang learned din. Hindi natin hawak how they will react. So parang hahayaan ko ba na yung perception ko of them would occupy so much of my time to the point na hindi na ako sobrang guarded ko na, parang ganun. I guess that kind of allowed me to sort of let go of that idea. Kaya ngayon parang I'm like, oh nga no, okay din. I mean, ano siya, parang it's also a skill that can help you kasi it takes off the mental load, I guess, from being so concerned. Kasi before I would be like that. Not naman because people pleaser or whatnot, but I just want na, parang in my mind, I would want na when I do things in accordance siya with what everyone wants, yung mga ganon. But then, I'm like, ganun ba yun?
In accordance with what everyone wants is the
But then now, I'm like, oh nga, no, maybe, alam mo yun, parang, as you also grow older, you get to see na there's a lot more to life than what other people would think about you. Yes, it matters, pero at the end of the day, hindi lang naman siya yung like basis whether you should be happy or not. So I guess kind of goes back to that lang din. Parang when you practice the IDGAF mindset, it's really more of reminding din yourself na okay, ano ba yung values ko? Ano ba yung mga
I do.
yeah, what would I do? And just putting that on top of what others would say.
Yung gusto ko lang i-add sana is that I also feel like sometimes may mga we're so judgmental towards ourselves because that is actually how we also judge other people. You know what I mean? So, for example, ako, I grew up like really fat, like overweight talaga ako ever since. And when I was young, I remember vividly, like in my head, yung tita ko, she bought me a skirt, a mini skirt. I was like, siguro mga grade 6 or something like that. Pero I was fat, so like feeling ko talaga, wala akong karapatang mag-miniskirt. And feeling ko, lahat ng mataba, walang karapatan mag-miniskirt. So parang, when she bought me a miniskirt, and they were like, oh my God, ang ganda, bagay sa'yo, bagay sa'yo. I cried. Gets mo? Kasi parang feeling ko, that's also how I judged myself and how I judge other people na parang, no, I shouldn't be doing this because it doesn't look good. And I feel like no one would look good in this. Parang, medyo, in a way, projection. Parang ganyan.
I do get yung sinabi ni Kan and what and nag-shed lang ng light yung sinabi din ni Luis na parang sometimes, 'di ba, what hinders us from not giving up is actually our own judgments of other people. 'Di ba na parang kung ako nga sasabihin ko to sa kanya eh. 'Di ba parang gano'n. So what more na parang kung ako yung gumawa niyan. So yeah, that does make sense to me. And kaya din naman din siguro natin pinag-uusapan itong topic na to is, well, all of us are people pleasers to a certain to a certain extent. That's why if you could recall, 'di ba, ang ano nga natin is ano ba yung mga situations na we can actually practice? Kasi it's not as if a way of life siya. It's not a way of life. It's kagaya nung sinabi ko nung umpisa, it's when the IDGAF mindset is actually helpful kung alam mo kung kailan mo siya dapat gamitin. 'Di ba? So nauna na tayo sa dating, 'di ba? But there are also some situations wherein maybe we can try in other aspects of our lives. Like for example, paano ba? Dealing with other people siguro. Kahit kunwari sa work or with friends, parang ganyan. One thing that ako personally I'd like to share is that syempre kung I'm with friends, 'di ba? I'm a totally different person. 'Di ba? Na parang I can be outgoing, I can be expressive, ganyan. Pero syempre, for example, if you're in a professional relationship at work, you cannot expect me to be all chummy-chummy with everyone. 'Di ba? So sometimes I'm reserved, kahit paano yun? Paano nagiging reserved si Resty? Na parang I choose naman kung sino yung kakausapin ko. But sometimes that comes out as parang, ay, hindi siya masyado nakikihalubilo, parang ganyan, or parang being a snob. But also, I've learned to make peace with 'Di ba? Hindi ko naman kasi kailangan talaga ano kung hindi kita feel, 'di ba? Parang ganyan. So as long as I respect you, I do the work that I have to do at the end of the day, na pagdating ko ng 4:30 wala akong pinabayaan na trabaho. Parang doon ako nagkaroon ng parang backing lang na you're still doing what you have to do. 'Di ba? The very thing kaya ka na-employ dyan, kaya ka nag-work dyan, ginagawa mo. So, above and beyond, parang hindi na nila dapat i-take against you na, ay, hindi siya masyadong namamansin. Parang ganon. I guess that's one way of actually being able to practice the IDGAF mindset wherein you're actually able to set boundaries for yourself and other people may not like it kagaya ng sinabi natin dun sa previous episode natin, but at the same time if it works for you, 'di ba, it gives you peace, then I think wala kang dapat ibang problemahin regarding that.
Yeah. Yeah. Para sa kot. I mean, no, I agree. I feel like I can relate to some of those things. I feel like important talaga yung, especially sinabi mo yung boundary setting. Probably dun din talaga nagsisimula, no, na parang, siguro yung sinabi mo din kanina na having values or like knowing what you value in life, parang ganyan. Kasi feeling ko yun yung parang compass mo eh. Like that's when you'll know na, oh, okay, this doesn't sit right with me. And iba-iba naman tayo nun eh. 'Di ba? Pero sige, with work, siguro what I can share is I used to work in rehab in a rehab facility. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You've never heard me say this before, but yeah, so I used to work in a rehab facility, and I feel like one of the biggest things that I've learned there is work-wise is to like set my boundaries. And also not give a fuck. Like, kasi iba yung hours namin doon. So, yung hours, we stay in. So, we live in the rehab facility while we're on duty. So, sabi nila, 4 days in, 3 days out. Pero actually, we're there for 5 days. Then, we're out for 2. So, doon kami natutulog ng 5 days. And then, before, I would always, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, kasi I was there for a while, I would receive messages when I was off. Isipin mo, 2 days, tas sa 2 days na yun, syempre, overnight lang yun, matutulog ka lang, tas, oh my God, babalik ka na ulit sa work. So, minsan makuha ko ng messages na, oh, ito yung concern about your caseload, or ito yung concern about the patient that you're handling. And like, ang lagi kong, eventually, when I was able to set my boundaries, ang lagi kong inuulit sa sarili ko is, magsusurvive yung company without me. And I feel like that's one of the things that I repeatedly tell myself, even up to now, to set work boundaries. Kasi, alam kong kahit hindi ako mag-reply sa message nila, they will figure it out. I think a lot of it also would be, trusting your workmates, trusting that they'll be able to figure it out without you. Because like, guys, they will. I mean, ayoko sabihin you're not that great, pero ibig ko sabihin, 'di ba, they're also great. You're great, but they're also great. Okay, ganun na lang. 'Di ba? Parang capable din sila. They're doing the same things that you're doing. So, benefit of the doubt, trust, parang expert din sila sa ganyan. May sarili silang things na alam din nila na probably hindi mo din alam. So, parang yung ganong klaseng mindset na they know what they're doing, and even if they're asking me for my opinion right now or for my insight or whatever, it's my day off. I won't respond, and they'll figure it out. Because I've also been on the other end of it, right? Feeling ko that also helps, 'di ba? Na maybe siguro nung hindi pa masyadong inset yung boundaries ko, na I would also be like a person who would message someone na on their day off, ganyan, and expect a reply, 'di ba? Pero later on, I figured, or I realized na, alam mo, kahit di siya mag-reply, we're gonna figure it out, 'di ba? Hindi tayo lulubog dahil doon. And yeah, so yun yung feeling ko with work, yun yung parang mindset ko na I don't give a fuck. It's just, I guess, yeah, boundaries would be a better, like explanation of that.
Ako naman, nakita ko yung value ng boundaries in terms of like not giving a fuck. Siguro like for example, with some family members. And I feel like ito, 'di ba, we always see it like kunyari sa SOCMED. Kapag may mga reunion, mag-get together, may mga relatives na ano. Personally, that's something na I feel like I'm in the process of doing. I feel like andun naman na ako. Pero syempre, ano pa rin, constant namang nagde-develop yun. But growing up, I would always parang have certain relatives na alam ko namang coming from a place of care. Like looking at it now, I know it's coming from a place of care. Pero noon, I would always get remarks nga on, oh, mag-ayos ka naman, ayusin mo naman yung itsura mo. Example, sa hair, my hair used to be very curly noon and then buhag-hag siya. So every year, I would get constant remarks on that. And growing up, parang naging ano sa family namin, yung may mga mag-comment on your looks, on yung mga physical traits mo. And then, parang before, I would get so worked up about it. Nung high school, the growing up years. Pero now, I guess what really has helped is the boundaries. Parang ngayon, syempre, since nga nakasanayan na namin na with those certain relatives, kapag magkikita kami, they would make remarks, parang nako-condition ko na yung sarili ko na, okay, sige, kung ano mang sasabihin niya, lalabas na lang sa isang tenga. Parang ganun siya na hindi, it's a practice that takes getting used to, but I feel like that's an idgaf, that's an idgaf thing na yung parang eventually, you'll learn na wala kahit anong mangyari, doon na rin, I guess, pumasok yung what I also shared kanina na kahit ano namang gawin ko, may sasabihin at sasabihin sila. I allowed myself to just hear, but at the same time, that's where the boundaries came in. Because I feel like now, mas kaya ko nang i-handle yung mga ganong comments. Like, minsan, tatawanan ko na lang din, makikitawa pa ako sa kanya, parang ganon. But at the same time, at ngayon kasi, I know na okay, alam kong ito yung kaya kong gawin kahit na I would hear these comments from my relatives. I know that it doesn't define me. Pero yun nga, as you grow older, you get to see din na parang okay, hahayaan ko ba na itong mga words na naririnig ko. Naalala ko tuloy yung kay Shakira. Ay, Shakira ba yun? I am beautiful. Ay, hindi si Christina Aguilera.
I am beautiful.
Yeah, words can't bring me down. Yung mga gano'n. Ngayon, the boundaries really help in terms of like parang drawing that line and allowing deciding whether you're gonna allow those words to kind of take you or just not give a fuck. And I would also see it in my, like for example, with my cousins, no? Kapag nakikita ko rin na may mga ganong instances with my cousins, nakikita ko yung mga pinsan ko na they just shrug it off, parang they don't, parang hindi na nila pinapakinggan as much or parang hindi na nila dinidibdib as how we would before. So I feel like the idgaf mindset can also be, well, not at all times, helpful sa family, pero there are certain situations where with certain relatives then, it's helpful to just not give a fuck.
What I like about what you said pagdating sa idgaf mindset is sometimes you don't have to worry about the small stuff. Na parang okay, bakit ko pa yan po problemahin? Yan dami ko nang iniisip. 'Di ba? So, for example, may mga dati hindi naman sa I don't listen, no? Parang sa dami ng problema, for example, magra-rant si mama or may magra-rant sa family na parang ganito talaga yung kapatid mo, ganito talaga si papa mo, ganyan. Parang minsan iisipin mo na lang na parang wala naman ako magagawa eh. 'Di ba? So I just listen. But at the same time, I don't dismiss. 'Di ba? Na parang papakinggan ko lang, pero meron na ako sa isip ko na wala naman akong magagawa, hindi ko na mababago yung kapatid ko, hindi ko na mababago si papa, 'di ba? So ano bang best na pwede kong gawin? Hindi pakinggan na lang kita. Tapos mamaya okay ka na, 'di ba? So I think that's one practice of or that's one benefit of the idgaf mindset. Na even if ang ibig sabihin is I don't give up. It actually means na parang you care to a certain extent. But at the same time, you're accepting na parang, wala na tayong magagawa sa sitwasyon na to.
I love that you said, accept. Kasi I was just thinking, it's like radical acceptance.
Ooh, ano yung radical?
Okay, so for the viewers, for the listeners, joke. Radical acceptance is when we accept or tinatanggap natin what is happening and it's sort of like we fully surrender to things happening, whatever the consequences are, whether they're positive or negative. And we also accept kung ano yung consequences. Like, it's knowing that this is something that we cannot stop from happening. Like, for example, if something frustrating happens, something na nakakagalit, like, I don't know, friendship over or something like that, nag-end na friendship, alam natin na masakit yon kapag pinagdaanan mo yon. So, radical acceptance would come in a way na parang, okay, tapos na yung friendship. And I have to experience what emotions come with losing a friend. Parang ganyan. So, tatanggapin natin siya as a whole na parang yun yung radical acceptance. Medyo may pagka I don't give a fuck siya. But also, it's like, okay, this is happening right now, but I can still, parang, I don't have to be consumed by this. Parang ganun, knowing, parang may ganung thought pa rin na, okay, mahirap tong pinagdadaanan ko, pero, I don't have to drown in misery because of this, right? But, it's valid for me to experience difficulties because I'm going through this right now in this moment. Like, I just lost a friend. For example, 'di ba? So, syempre masasaktan ako kasi may pakialam ako sa friendship na 'yun or may pakialam ako sa taong 'yun, 'di ba? Pero hindi ka well, yun nga, yun yung radical acceptance. Kasi baka isipin ng ibang tao, it's just accepting and just giving up. That's not what it means. It means na, may certain part of it that you kind of still have control over, which is trying to not drown in the emotions that you're in.
Parang the way I'm seeing it, it's allowing the reality. I mean, accepting the reality, but at the same time, allowing yourself to feel yung nararamdaman mo. Parang IDGAF is similar with radical acceptance in the sense na you allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with it, but at the same time, making that choice pa rin. Okay, so anong gagawin ko ngayon? No? And you were talking about friendships kanina. I feel like just to parang circle back dun sa situations where IDGAF is kind of parang applicable. Parang I feel like friendships is also one area eh. Kasi syempre when you invest in a certain friendship, like in a certain relationship with the friend, no, andun yung parang you would want na you would get the same parang treatment in return, ganyan. And syempre, hindi naman in all instances mangyayari yun. So, there could be instances na your friends would go through some new experiences, new changes, and that would cause a certain friction on your friendship, diba? So, I mean, like, personally, that's something that I've been experiencing, no? I would have friends who would go through certain changes or certain life experiences. And then, I would notice na parang, oh, shucks, parang iba na yung dynamics ng friendship namin. And I guess, the IDGAF mindset comes in the sense na, hindi naman sa hahayaan mo na siyang mag-drift apart completely. But, in the sense na you would kind of give that friend or give that friendship the kind of grace that it needs then to navigate that whole new experience. I feel like the IDGAF mindset comes in there. In the sense na hindi ka naman, not that you'd totally get worked up na, shucks, di na kami nag-uusap as often. Again, radical acceptance. You accept, you allow yourself to feel na, oh, medyo this is causing negative emotions on my end kasi nag-iiba yung dynamic ng friendship. But at the same time, it's also thinking, what do I do now to still kind of value that friendship even if right now I know na it's not how it used to be. It still would go back to your boundaries. Ano ba yung parang willing kang i-set aside or willing kang i-accept na, okay, this friendship is still working for me. Kasi syempre, different naman na din if totally one-sided na lang lahat or like meron talagang certain concern na hindi na-address. That's also a different story.
Mahirap din yung friendship in a sense pagdating sa IDGAF. Well, nung mga bata tayo, I think ito yung isa sa mga lessons na understand ko when it comes to friendships. Nung mga bata tayo, when we were in school, nagiging friends tayo sa classmates natin kasi nasa isang classroom tayo. Diba? Parang we were put in a room together for a whole school year. So wala kang choice kung hindi makisama dun sa ngayon. But as we grow older, we actually choose the friends that we have. 'Di ba? So mahirap yung id-gaff mindset because when you become friends at our age, when you become friends with someone, pinili mo kasi na maging kaibigan yun. 'Di ba? To understand this person, to know more about this person, to appreciate this person for who he or she is. So, kapag may mga situation na china-challenge yung friendship niyo or nag-change yung dynamics ninyo, it's difficult to say na, oh, I don't give a fuck about this. Unless, meron ka na talagang sobrang other situation that you have to go through by yourself. 'Di ba na, kunwari, nagkaroon ka ng problem or ng concern, tapos meron kayong friction ng friend mo, ang daling sabihin na I don't give a fuck right now. Parang gano'n, ito yung focus ko. Pero yung, for example, yung sinasabi mo, naiintindihan ko yung sinasabi mo na you're in a situation na may pinagdadaanan yung friend mo, probably, at home or in their personal life, in their love life, parang ganyan. Tapos nag-iiba yung dynamics nyo. Mahirap sabihin yung id-gaff. But at the same time, you also have to, I think, you also have to be clear with yourself na parang, ano yung measuring stick ko that this friendship is still working. Parang ganon. So, doon ako, and this is something that I share with Miss Can and Luis, no? Miss Can? Biglang nag-Miss Can. This is something that I shared na parang alam to ni Candice in a sense na parang may mga specific people ako na na-unfriend ko na. As in, unfriend meaning hindi lang sa social media. Na parang in real life, hindi talaga tayo magkaibigan. And for me, hindi naman siya bigla-bigla. I give, kagaya na sinasabi ni Candice kanina, you give grace in a sense na you try to understand. So ginagawa ko yon. Okay, sige. So, this is the first time that this happened. Allow me to understand ano bang nangyari. 'Di ba? For example, there was this person na parang, alam mo yon, within our friend group, hindi siya nagparamdam for, anong tawag ito? A number of months. 'Di ba? And then, malaman-laman ko na parang, okay, may problem naman pala sa family. 'Di ba? So, okay. Let it pass. The one thing that ang nakakainis din is ilang beses din naman tinanong na parang okay lang ba tayo? Okay ba tayo? And then this person would say na, oh, hindi, walang problem, okay lang. Yung pala, may pinagdadaanan na pala. So, okay. But then, you choose to understand. I chose to understand. Sige, hayaan na natin. Kasi, it's a personal problem, it's a family problem. Parang a year after or 2 years after, parang ganyan, naulit na naman, na parang okay, hindi na naman nagparamdam. Tapos yun pala, may issue na pala sa amin, sa friend. I mean, within the circle. 'Di ba na parang, okay, tapos nung kinonfront, I'm the kind of person na, ay girl, kahit maging uncomfortable ka, gagawin ko talaga na parang, gagawin talaga, imamak talaga kita, ganyan. But my friends know na ganun ako. So, parang ang nangyari was, this person took offense. And then sabi ko, hey, this is the second time that this person did this to me and to the circle. So parang talagang doon, I ano yan, put my foot down and said na, this friendship is not gonna work anymore, at least for me. So yun, and siya din naman, I think, two-sided. Okay, edi, stop tayo. Kasi di na tayo nagkikita ito ay. Yeah, so at least for me, kaya na medyo nakarelate din ako kay Kan. The id-gaff mindset helps in a sense na parang it tells you when you can actually let go. Diba? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to wish this person, alam mo yun, ill or bad things to happen to this person, but at least, diba, parang okay na. Let's cut the bond or the relationship kesa lumala pa at magkasakitan pa. So parang yun.
Siguro, I mean, no, what I want to, siguro kasi magandang examples nga yung sinabi ninyo. I think with relationships, it gets a bit more complicated, right? So siguro with that, okay lang ba na we move to the ano? Kasi kanina we were talking about, where it would be helpful. But where would it not be helpful kaya? Oh, nice. Love it. Okay. So,
All right.
okay. First, I feel like generally it would be helpful kapag it it benefits like in a way your peace of mind. 'Di ba? And then the other side of it is it's not good to have this mindset if I feel like it affects other people in a very negative way, in so negatively, 'di ba? Like for example, if you're the type of person to just say whatever's on your mind and not care what the other person might feel, parang 'di ba, parang medyo iba naman na 'yon, 'di ba? Parang if the intention is to I guess hurt, which don't get me wrong, I've been there. Don't get me wrong, I've been there. But parang dun ko minsan nasasabi sa sarili ko na tama ba yung mindset ko at that time, 'di ba? So yeah, but I feel like nandun siguro yung line na okay, if this is something that I feel would help me, like yung pinag-usapan natin kanina would lessen my anxiety, would make me less frustrated. And it doesn't affect other people, right? Like, it affects how I feel about myself and how I don't know, how I carry myself, 'di ba? Whatever, how I feel. Okay lang yon maging I don't give a fuck. Pero yung tipong you're doing it in order to hurt other people and do it in a way na sinasadya mo siya. Parang maybe that's something else.
I completely agree with when the intention na is to put other people down. That's when parang mali na to, parang ganun.
Meron coming into mind na nangyari while you were sharing. I think the IDGAF mindset will not be helpful if and but kasi pinag-usapan natin kanina is, for example, yung sa akin, cut eh. Di ba na parang, okay, cut ties, cut bonds. Pero there are also situations, I think, and this is more personal to anyone, na parang, kapag there is a situation or there is a problem na parang, dapat fini-face mo.
Yeah.
Di ba? But, sinasabi, no, I don't give a fuck. And then you run away.
Yeah. Accountability.
Yeah, accountability, avoiding, parang ganyan. I do think na hindi siya helpful in a sense. Kasi, yung problem mo will stay there. 'Di ba? It will just be there. 'Di ba? Na parang nandyan siya, and then at the same time, tinatry mo lang siyang i-avoid.
Nag-walk out.
Nag-walk out ka. And then, what happens is, hindi mo namamalayan, the problem just grows bigger and bigger. Lalo na kung yun nga, sinasabi natin accountability, di ba? So, if it's a lie that you've told, di ba? If it's paano ba? A friendship na you've hurt, di ba? Tapos, imbis na pag-usapan ninyo, dahil sinasabi mo na, anong tawag dito? Uncomfortable pag-usapan. So, avoid ko to. But, on the flip side, and may contradictory, the I don't give a mindset also helps in those situations, 'di ba? Kung if you use it correctly. Like for example, nagkaroon ako ng difficult situations with for a certain time no with my brother, parang ganyan. Actually not directly with my brother but also with my volleyball teammates, 'di ba? Meron pala silang mga things that they couldn't say to me. Tapos nafi-feel ko na parang ba't parang iba yung dynamics pag sila lang yung magkakasama. Tapos pag nandoon ako. And then parang dumating na sa point na hindi ko na siya ma-carry. 'Di ba? I have all of these observations. So, sabi ko, ano namang mawawala kung tatanungin ko. So, I talked to my brother about it. And I think, as uncomfortable as that situation was, parang that IDGAF mindset and then the action that happened after that, parang mahirap yung usapan, but at the same time, it helped me also to reflect na, okay, ito pala yung reason. Now, I think we're in a better place where I am. So, talagang how the action that comes after. Nung pag sinabi mo na, okay, IDGAF, 'di ba? Anong gagawin ko? Parang gano'n. And the intention.
I like what you said sa accountability because I feel like it's not something na alam mo yun, hindi siya, parang merong some people na they don't have that, parang ganun. And true yun na when you don't give a fuck, it could also mean na when there's too much of it, it could lead to not having an accountability. Which damages like friendships, ganyan. I feel like it will go back to your accountability and at the same time yung intention mo in doing it. Kasi syempre, yes, you can not give a fuck, but at the same time, what are you gonna do now? 'Di ba? Parang ganun. And just balikan ko lang yung dun sa, like for example, when it comes to the friendships and all, totoo yun na minsan it could be so easy to just say na, hayaan mo na yon. Parang not giving a fuck could be that, di ba? Na parang, oh sige, nakalipas na yon ganyan. But at the same time, the real concern doesn't get addressed. So, ngayon, parang what could happen now is you're gonna constantly walk on eggshells kasi hindi na-address yung concern na yun. Even with relationships sa family, di ba? Kapag may mga little arguments with relatives, tapos sinantabi mo lang yun, sooner or later, it's gonna blow up. And it's gonna keep coming back to that. And dadagdag lang siya. So, I feel like that's something na is really very important, no? When it comes to just practicing yung not giving a fuck, it's also learning when do I actually need to give a fuck about this. Parang ganun. Ako personally, parang ngayon, I'm just at this point in my life na if it's not helping me sleep at night or if it's something na I know na if hindi ko siya papansinin will help me sleep better, then okay. Pero alam ko naman if I did something wrong. I think it would still go back to your awareness na may naapakan na ba akong ibang tao with what I'm doing.
I feel like, may dagdag. I feel like sometimes then, like, I mean, going after what you, hindi going after, ano ba? Parang,
From what you said.
adding to what you said, yeah. Parang feeling ko din, sometimes, or there are times na it's a temporary fix. It's not gonna solve all your
Yeah.
problems, right? Like, may times na, for example, we don't have the headspace to deal with a certain problem. But the intention is to deal with it later and, again, to maybe address it when medyo mas kalmado ka or like mas okay yung headspace mo, ganyan, then okay lang din yung parang, oh, okay, I'm gonna put this aside or set this aside, park muna natin to, and then I'll get back to it when I'm feeling better. I feel like, I have the energy to deal with this shit.
We talked about, the IDGAF mindset, when it's beneficial, when you have to be cautious in actually practicing it in your daily life. We talked about dating, friendships, family, even at work, diba? And I do think we had a difficult time, discussing about the IDGAF mindset because again, it's not something that we're taught in school, diba? It's not, yeah, that's the term. It's not black and white. You also have you also need to have that that sense of ano tawag dito? Conscientiousness or yeah, sense of prudence, I think. To know when will this be helpful? When am I actually just doing it just for the sake of doing it? Na it's not benefiting me in the long run. But for those who might find this helpful and has a difficult time no to actually practice the IDGAF mindset, I think what we can give them as a service no is some tips on how to develop diba, the IDGAF mindset or how to practice it. And at least in the very basic sense of may sinabi si Miss Luis kanina na parang si Luis kanina na parang radical acceptance, which is more of a counseling and psychotherapy term. So how do we teach it to our clients? That might be a springboard. I'll go back to the tip na mention na natin kanina, which is the intention. I think if you want to practice the IDGAF mindset and you're in a crossroad, you're in a situation or a context wherein medyo nahihirapan ka na, 'di ba? Always set your eyes on your intention. That's tip number 1, I think. Ano ba yung gusto mong mangyari? Ano ba yung gusto mong ma-achieve if you're gonna practice the IDGAF mindset? Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, 'di ba? If I cut ties with this person, ano ba yung mangyayari after? Ano, 'di ba? When I do that action, Will it bring me peace? Will it bring the person peace also? 'Di ba? Parang basta wala kang nasaktan. Kasi at the same time, when I cut ties with that friend, hindi naman siya I mean, okay, wala namang mawawala sa kanya eh, 'di ba? I mean, mawawala yung bond namin, but at the same time, hindi naman siya mapapasama. Hindi rin naman ako mapapasama, 'di ba? So, setting your eyes on your intention, I think that's one tip.
To add to the intention part lang, I feel like it requires a lot of reflection. You know, like, yun nga, basically what you said. And then, yun nga ang requirement kasi niya is a lot of reflection, a lot of thinking. Like what you said, when you chose to sort of break away from that friendship, it wasn't something that happened overnight, diba? You thought about it. Would this be beneficial for me? Would it also be beneficial for him? Ay, for her. Pero kasi iniisip ko din, yung sinabi mo na walang masasaktan, feeling ko, to a certain extent, you know, it can't be helped that someone might get hurt. Pero yun nga, again, going back to the intention, hindi yun yung intention, hindi to hurt, but, you know, parang, siguro, to be better, to have a better quality of life in general. Ayun, so first intention, and then siguro, more practical, kasi ang naiisip ko is yung sinabi ko kanina about work na, you know, trust other people, trust that, for example, with work, diba? Trust that the company will survive without you, because what did they do before you were there? Parang ganyan. Siguro, reminding yourself that, when it comes to work, at least, hindi ko alam kung saan siya ma-apply in, like, in another aspect or whatever. Pero with work, yun yung naiisip ko na, you know, ngayon yung nauso recently na term is like, hindi mo mamanahin yung company. Unless ikaw yung tagapagmana. Wow, thank you for watching and listening to this podcast. Pero 'di ba, hindi mo mamanahin, hindi siya lulubog dahil sa'yo. So, I feel like it's a bit more practical. It's a more practical tip to share na, okay, lulubog ba yung kumpanya kapag ginawa ko to o hindi? Or lulubog ba yung kumpanya, mawawala ba kapag whatever, guguho ba ang mundo kapag ganyan? So, yun yung naiisip ko na pangalawang tip.
I think just to add to what Luis said, parang it's more of, tama ba, self-awareness, I do think. Coming into, and baka ano na pala to, baka tip number 3 na pala to, coming into do sa sinabi mo kanina na you also have to be self-aware of the judgments that you make. Kasi baka naman din kaya masyado kang nababother about other things, 'di ba? Is because alam mo na kapag ginawa mo to or ginawa to ng ibang tao, may judgment ka na. 'Di ba? So, for example, and ito yung na-share mo kanina, if you're on your personal time off, 'di ba, naka-VL ka or wag naman sana pero naka-sick leave ka. Day off, yeah, day off. And then may mga magme-message sa'yo na ganito, ganyan, ganyan, about to work. 'Di ba parang minsan iniisip mo na, ay, kung siya nga yung ano ka, tas pag di siya nag-reply sa akin, baka sumama pa yung loob ko. Parang ganun. So, you also have to be aware of the judgments that you make if you really want to kind of develop the IDGAF mindset, because you have to tame those judgments, 'di ba? So for example, if a workmate, 'di ba, files for leave or naka-personal time off, tapos may kailangan ka sa kanya, tama din yung sinasabi ni Luis, you also have to think na kapag hindi ko ba to minessage sa kanya ngayon, babagsak ba yung company? 'Di ba? Hindi naman. So you also have to actually kind of acknowledge the judgments that you make and tame them. Para pag ikaw yung may kailangan gumawa na, kailangan ko rin ng personal time off, the personal space, di hindi ka magi-guilty at the same time. 'Di ba? Okay, so naka-leave ako ngayon, hindi ako magre-reply kasi naka-leave ako ngayon. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Yeah.
Going back to what I shared kanina na when it comes to relatives, I would hear certain comments, ganyan. What I do now is I just try and siguro anchoring on the reflection part. I just check in with myself, no? Parang worth it ba to spend my time hearing about these things na could be possible flaws on my end. Parang ganun. when I know na alam ko naman yung mga kaya kong gawin, alam ko naman yung mga things na I'm good at. So I guess when it comes to not giving a fuck in terms of like comments you'd hear or mga things from other people na you'd hear about yourself. I guess a tip would be to have that kind of ano din, parang practice lang that kind of thinking na worth it ba to spend that amount of time? Kasi if you feel like it's just gonna pull you down, no, then maybe, and if you know na that person, regardless of ano man, like ayusin mo man yung sarili mo, improve mo man yung sarili mo, may masasabi, knowing na may masasabi siya. I guess that also, parang coming to terms with the fact na kahit ano namang gawin natin, kahit perfect na tayo, meron at meron pa ring masasabing ibang tao. I feel like that mindset has helped me come to terms with it in the sense na, oo nga, no? So, might as well do what I want and have them say something about it. But at least, I know na masaya ako with what I'm doing rather than just trying to behave in a way na would gain their approval. Pero, in the end, hindi na nga ako masaya kasi hindi naman yun yung gusto kong gawin. And at the same time, hindi pa rin ako 100% fulfilled because they would still have a say about it. Parang it's not something na kaya nating i-control. So, coming to terms with that and asking yourself, so if that's something that I have no control over, what can I do now? What can I do with what they're doing to me? How can I, alam mo yun, parang also thinking of, okay, what will help me sleep better at night? Syempre at some point, lalo kung may truth to it, and if you know naman na, okay, maybe I need to improve on something nga, then you can work on it. Pero if it's something na you know, you've tried over and over again, or parang, especially if you know na, alam ko na, kilala ko na yung sarili ko alam ko naman na it's not parang hurting anybody, what I'm doing, these actions that I'm engaging in, then maybe, just think of, okay, what will help me sleep better at night?
Think I can relate to what Candice mentioned, and this is just a quick example, no, Can. I remember there were, I mean, phases in my life wherein I lost a lot of weight. 'Di ba? Parang at that time, parang I remembered na nung una, ano yun first year of college. As in, sobrang pumayat ako kasi nag-workout ako sa bahay. And then, the diet also helped. And then, parang nung sobrang pumayat ako and I lost a significant amount of weight, parang nakakarinig ako ng comments, parang kang may sakit. Parang ganyan. And then, after a few years, siyempre, lumobo ka. Tapos makakarinig ka ng parang, "Ang laki-laki mo na, parang ganyan, magpapayat ka naman." And then again, around 2019, nag-gym naman ako, nagpapayat, the same comments. So again, I think nakaka-relate ako doon sa sinabi ni Kan in a sense na parang kahit anong phase kasi ng buhay mo, may masasabi ang tao. May masasabi ang people about you. It's just a matter of how much you value, 'di ba? Yun nga yung validation that comes from them. And you have to be aware of that kasi medyo it can stir your direction in both ways, good man or bad. Pero ito yung isa sa mga narinig ko, I think from another podcast na about opinions of others na parang if you have something to say to me, text me, 'di ba? But if you don't have my number, you don't have the right to have an idea or have something to say about me. So yeah, I guess um this discussion, though difficult as it may seem, 'di ba? Siguro just a part this is a part of how we tie everything up. Siguro a message lang. I mean to the listeners who might be in a certain situation wherein the itgaf mindset might be helpful. There will always come a time, and you know, I wish that all of you live a long life, but there will always be certain points in our lives wherein it's gonna be difficult because it involves a lot of people, 'di ba? Not just people but also situations. I hope that this episode or the IDGAF mindset will allow you to take a step back from the situation and think, okay, should I really care about that much about this situation? And if I should, what is the intention or what action should I do? And what's gonna come after? 'Di ba? Yun nga, the consequences and all of these things. It takes a lot, kagaya ng sabi ni Luis kanina, it takes a lot of reflecting, it takes a lot of stepping back and breathing. But I want you to, after doing the IDGAF, or after reflecting, to really decide to face the situation head on. You can actually do the IDGAF and just say na hindi muna ngayon, hindi pa ako prepared. Pero don't forget that you have to actually address the situation, because if you don't, mas lalaki lang yung problem. And sometimes the problem can actually take on a new form. 'Di ba? Siguro hindi mo siya hinarap ngayon and then you grew older, biglang may problem kang may experience, but looking at it, the same lang pala. 'Di ba? So, yeah, I want you to take a step back kung kailangan mo ng space, but if you can actually face it, address it, 'di ba? And if you need help, 'di ba? I'm pretty sure and I want to assure you that there's help, kung sa mental health professional man yan, sa parents mo man yan, friends man yan, there's always going to be help. You just have to learn how to ask for it. Yeah.
Siguro for those who are struggling to get to that point but are trying their best to get to an I don't give a fuck mindset, my message is simple. Why simple? It's basically that you'll get there, Miss Can. I mean, you'll get there, but I feel like I feel like this is the thing that I always remind my clients about, that it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you have to consistently work on it, and parang minsan trial and error pa nga eh, 'di ba? Like you do things and then that didn't sit right with me, maybe I can, step back and do something else, and things like that. So again, goes back to reflecting, pero yun yung sasabihin ko, it's definitely doable. With a lot of reflecting. No, it's definitely doable, but it doesn't happen overnight. So you need to constantly put in the effort. Try to be aware of the situations, and maybe something practical is to track. 'Di ba? Tracking, journaling, ganyan, just having like a habit tracker or something like that, na okay, this is what I did for this, or this is what happened, and I wanna set my boundaries for this, or I wanna have an I don't give a fuck for this kind of situation. What did I do last time? Then what can I do moving forward, 'di ba? Or parang ganyan, 'di ba? Para you can reevaluate, reassess saan ka comfortable, ano yung hindi ka pa masyadong comfortable. You don't have to push yourself if hindi ka pa din ready, 'di ba? Basta kung ano yung ready kang gawin ngayon, do that. And then start there.
As someone who's still going through the process of, adapting this mindset. Kasi nga, syempre, it's not, parang, like what you said, it's not an overnight thing. So again, it's a process. And just siguro naisip ko lang kanina, linking it to our first episode ng New Beginnings, parang learning to not give a fuck can also be a new beginning for you. And just as what we highlighted, when you go through new beginnings, it's not a smooth process. So, give yourself, parang enough grace maybe as you also explore this. Kasi nga, like what we also mentioned earlier, very, it's not black and white eh. It depends on the situation. It depends on your intention. So, just make sure then na if you are to practice this, or if you wanna try nga, parang, if you wanna try caring less with what other people think, just, be sure why you're doing it, And, as you also, parang, go through that, check mo lang din. I mean, maybe this can also be a tip. Maybe you can just start with the small things. Like what I mentioned kanina, even yung as simple as, for example, sa restaurant, hindi nabigay yung gusto mong order. if your default reaction would be, "Hindi, sige, okay lang kasi nakakaano naman." Just try to communicate. That can be a good starting point. It doesn't have to be with the big things kaagad. But those little everyday things, pwede siyang smaller steps by which you can practice that. Kasi parang I feel like when you also not give up, in a sense, you can also practice assertiveness there. In the sense, in a way na you'll be more expressive of what you actually want. So maybe in those aspects, kung medyo, when it comes to like the relationships, medyo challenging pa, or for example, with work or with school, just try kapag yung mga ganong usual. Kapag, for example, nakapila ka, then may nag-cut off sa'yo, nicely talking to that person and just expressing how you feel about it. I feel like that can be a way by which you can practice that mindset of not really caring how it will turn out, especially if you know na what you're saying or if you know naman na may value din yung action na you plan to do.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult discussion is in a sense that the IDGAF mindset again is not something that naturally develops in a person. It takes experience and it takes practice. And from what we've uncovered today, at least for this episode, nakita natin na practicing it is also a process. Di ba na parang, again, ang dami mong kailangan isipin. You really need to identify and decide na, okay, this is what I'm gonna do in this situation. No, but again, I hope that just like our first episode, this episode has brought value to our listeners because the IDGAF mindset can actually be helpful, 'di ba? In certain situations where you are overburdened or yeah, or loaded or overwhelmed. But again, this episode is not a counseling session at that, 'di ba? Um if you think that you would need help, if there are situations in your life that you can't handle right now, then we would suggest that you actually contact, 'di ba, a mental health professional or whatever professional is available to you. We'll also be sharing on screen some hotlines that you might want to call if ever that you are in a situation na kailangan mo na talaga ng tulong urgently, immediately. But yeah, we had a fruitful discussion and again, this is what I like about discussions among friends or conversation among friends. We have realizations, insights after. Because again, somewhere in the world it's 10 p.m.